Hello, everyone, and welcome to a Must Be Marisa pregame breakdown. That's right. Every week I'm going to come to you with a 5-minute breakdown of the game coming up and a post-game breakdown as well. So we are going to be talking about this upcoming Dolphins-Jags game at home at the Dolphins this Sunday, 1 o'clock Eastern. It is going to be announced by the amazing and talented Kevin Harlan along with Trent Green up there in the studios. We're looking at about not a terrible weather, 89 degrees. They're holding off on the rain right now. So let's get into this game against the Jags. We have some players on injury reports. Now, don't let this freak you out. It is like a CVS receipt of injuries, but a lot of them, if you look at them closely, it says vet rest. So these veterans aren't practicing because they're getting their rest, which is much due. Now, there are some players on the injury report. However, there are some that we don't expect that they're going to be an issue for this game on Sunday. But to get into that, Jalen Ramsey, he has missed practice with a hamstring injury. However, defensive coordinator Anthony Weaver says that he does plan on Jalen Ramsey hopefully playing on Sunday. But we are going to keep in mind, you guys, that there is literally 5 days span between us playing our game against the Jags and then the Bills on Thursday night. So keeping that in mind, you could probably expect to see some different players coming in. You could probably expect Ethan Bonner. You can probably expect maybe some Storm Duck. So Jalen Ramsey, I think they're going to be very cautious with him. And you know how Mike McDaniel and his team does. They like to be a little bit overly cautious than not. So also along with those injuries as well, center Aaron Brewer. However, his hand is healing up nicely, and he actually told NFL Network's Cam Wolf that he will officially be playing in the game on Sunday, and his hand is better than ever. We also had wide receiver Malik Washington with a quadricep injury, defensive tackle Benito Jones with a knee injury, linebacker Anthony Weaver with a knee, safety Jordan Poyer with a thumb, but it said vet rest on the side of that, so I'm not too concerned. And then linebacker Quentin Bell with a thumb. All right, so let's talk about this Jags team. Last season didn't end too well for them. They lost 5 of their last 6 games. Trevor Lawrence had random injuries throughout the end of the season, dealing with a high ankle sprain, a concussion. They lost 5 of their last 6 games and finished the season at 9-8. This offseason, they've had a lot of different moves that have been made. They lost their wide receiver, Calvin Ridley, who you all know is a stud. However, they had a lot of really great signings this offseason. They picked up wide receiver Brian Thomas Jr. out of LSU, and he was their first-round draft pick. He will be a starting wide receiver, so expect to see him on the field. Other players of note, they picked up Mitch Morris. He's their new center. He's 32 years old. He is a vet. He came from the Bills. He was with them since 2019, and before that, he was with the Chiefs from 2015 to 2018. They also picked up Darnell Savage, who is a safety. He started 69 games in the NFL and has intercepted 9 passes, and he came to them from the Green Bay Packers. And they also picked up Eric Armstead, a new defensive lineman for them, who played with the 49ers from 2015 to 2023 and has had 33.5 sacks in his career. Now, with all that being said, there are some other changes that came to this team, and one of them is in the way of they have a new defensive coordinator. So yes, the Dolphins and the Jags both have a new defensive coordinator for this game, and they have defensive coordinator Ryan Nielsen from the Atlanta Falcons. He's going to be bringing a new scheme to this defense, which can possibly favor Miami in this game. Because as we all know, Dolphins know how to attack the secondary of teams, and theirs is being revamped. And they do have a lot of really young guys on their secondary, so we're going to look for lots of opportunity there. Besides changes, let's talk about the old faithful of the Jags. Let's get this out of the way. Mr. Josh Hines Allen. Now, last year you knew him as Josh Allen, and every time we heard that, we got a little nauseated, but he's changed his name to Josh Hines Allen, and he is someone that could be an issue for Tua. He had a single season record set for the Jags last season with 17.5 sacks. Now, Tua gets out the ball fast. We know that. 2.32 seconds. It's very helpful against a guy like him, but he is going to be somebody that it might cause some issues for this Dolphins team. Two other players of note for the Jags is tight end Evan Ingram. He led all NFL tight ends last season with 114 receptions. Evan Ingram is a beast and somebody we are going to have to be very, very mindful. But we have an amazing secondary, you guys. I am so looking forward to see what that looks like with Kader Kohou in the nickel. We're going to have Jordan Poyer in the safety position, Jalen Ramsey, if he does play in the cornerback position. So not super concerned, but he's always going to be a point of contention for any team that plays against them. And then also, one thing that I noticed in this preseason is our run block game is not, our run stop game is not great. And running back Travis Etienne, we need to stop him against the run. Last season, he ran for 1,008 yards, and he could be a major thorn in our side if our defensive line is not able to stop him from just blowing it out of the water. I have 3 keys to this game. First one is 3rd and short conversions and 4th and short conversions. Not great numbers, 42% conversion rate on 4th and short and 44% conversion rate on 3rd and short last season. Definitely looking to see for us to clean that up a little bit and run the dang ball. I think another thing is going to be letting Tua have time to get the ball out. We are officially going to see what our offensive line looks like and what that protection looks like for him. From left to right, we have Teron Armstead, Robert Jones, Aaron Brewer, Liam Eichenberg, and Austin Jackson. Seeing what that line does to make sure Tua has the protection to read and scan the field and give him even a half a second longer to make that read and to make that potential play. I also think another key to this game is going to be getting after Trevor Lawrence. We have on our defensive line, Sealer, Benito Jones, Calais Campbell, some great guys in that position. Linebackers, we have Jalen Phillips, David Long, Jordan Brooks, Emmanuel Ogbah. I look for Jordan Brooks and Emmanuel Ogbah to hopefully have a really big game in this one and really show up and show out. I'm doing a score prediction of 27-20, Dolphins on top, of course. And even though it's the first game of the season, since the Jags had a winning season last year, we can get rid of the narrative that Dolphins can't beat good teams. Can't wait to come to you all with a post-game breakdown. Fins up, and you all have a great day.